What is up, everyone? It is Thursday, and I got a bunch of snow outside, and according to my phone, it's 16 degrees Fahrenheit outside. I don't know what that is Celsius, but I assume it's pretty low. And I'm going to play some football. I'm going to go back to my roots a little bit here, get the APBA football back out. I do have a fun game with the 49 Quick Ducks planned for the weekend, and I have a work holiday of a Monday this week with MLK Day, so I do have 3 days, so I'll be playing that a little bit. Probably while I'm watching the playoffs, I'll be playing with some of those playoff teams. I'm thinking Jacksonville, Houston might be the one I go with for this weekend with the 49 Quick Ducks. So, but right now I'm going to play some APBA. We're going to go back to 1989. This is where I started with this channel back in something of 2024. I don't know if it was March, April, May. I don't remember. But we're in week 5. This is game 2 of week 5. And I chose the Washington Redskins against the Phoenix Cardinals, not the Arizona Cardinals. I will say Arizona multiple times throughout this game. It is the Phoenix Cardinals. The reason I chose this game is mostly because of the final score. If we take a look at Pro Football Reference, there it is. Washington wins this game 30-28. They go to 3-2. So both teams are 2-2 when they come into it. Phoenix goes down to 2-3, but this is like a fun one. So that's part of the reason I chose this, because of the score of 30-28. But the other reason I chose, well, let's look at some stats first here. You got Gary Hogoboom, 296 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 picks, so he had an eventful game. Then you had Mark Rippon, 333 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick. I love it. I love all the offense. You guys know how I am about offense. Looking at the Ernest Biner, 14 carries for 100 yards. Gerald Riggs, 27 carries for 60 yards. Art Monk, 8 catches for 102. Gary Clark, 4 for 73. I mean, this is a great look at Biner. Biner had 171 yards total, 5 catches and a touchdown. That's a great fantasy day. But I chose it because of J.T. Smith. 8 catches, 114 yards, 3 touchdowns. J.T. Smith is the only person in this entire 1989 set that has the asterisk, the A asterisk. He's an A asterisk 11. Now, I know in the more current seasons, I believe there are a lot more of those, and that's because it's a passing league nowadays. But back here, it's more of a running league, but there's some passing in this game. But the A asterisk means it doesn't matter what I roll on defensive cards, we're always going to A. So if it comes up like CD, we're moving all the way to AD, because that's what the asterisk means. You go to A every time. So I'm looking forward a lot to playing this game. Let's see if we can match the real life game. You know, I'm going to guess that Phoenix probably wasn't a very good team that year because they weren't really that good back then. Let's take a look at the standings here. Washington ended up, where are they at? Come on, give me here. Here we go. Okay, so Washington ended up only 10-6, third place, but 10-6 that year, with Phoenix at 5-11. 5-11. Not too good. Some would be better than us. But anyway, so 5-11. So you can see there's a big difference here in the teams, but still Washington in a close one wins 30-28. So I'm really excited about playing this game. I've already put up the cards. We've got Gary Hogoboom versus Mark Rippon, Earl Ferrell, Tony Jordan. These are not great running backs, but then over here you got Gerald Riggs and Ernest Biner, ex-Atlanta Falcon, ex-Cleveland Brown. Gerald Riggs and Ernest Biner. You've got Chip Lowmiller versus Al Del Greco kicking. We've got one of my favorite players just because of his name, Bai Sikahema. Big fan of him. So this should be a fun one. Let's go ahead and get started. I've already rolled the dice. Phoenix will be kicking off to Washington. I'll get into the offenses as we get. We'll do it like the Monday Night Football. You know, the team gets on offense, you introduce the offense. The other team gets on offense, you introduce their offense. I don't know what colleges or high schools or community colleges they went to, but you know, we'll do our best here. So, all right, we're going to start off with Phoenix kicking off. So Al Del Greco, or as my buddy used to call him growing up, Al Del Greco Roman Wrestling, will be kicking off. We get a 21. 21 is a 4. And 4 is going to be 67-09. So he'll kick it 2 yards deep into the end zone. 67-09. Now we've got a couple of Johnsons here for Washington. Washington. You got AJ Johnson on kickoff returns and Joe Johnson on punt returns. We're gonna go to AJ Johnson. Wasn't there a comedian? Well, you don't have to call me. Was that a Johnson? I think. AJ Johnson, 61. 61 is a 12, and he will get 21 yards on the return, and they will start 1st and 10 on their own 19-yard line. 21. And all right, so 1st and 10 Washington. So Washington, looking at their offense, you got a good offense here. You got a 40. 40 is good. The average is 33. You got a 40. You got Jim Lachey. I'm sure he's Hall of Fame. Are these the Hogs? Is that back when we are here? 89. Reggie McKenzie, Jeff Boston, Joe Jacoby, Don Warren, a tight end 4. Didn't know that. Gary Clark, Art Monk. I'm sure Ricky Sanders is down there somewhere too. Gerald Riggs and Ernest Biner. And in fact, if you look at the receivers, there's Ricky Sanders. You got 4 guys that are A's. Ernest Biner is the only B, and it's going to be on medium long passes. So it's either going to be A or C for these guys, unless Biner goes out for a medium or a long pass. Looking at the defense, let's look at the running backs. Riggs, 11 to 33. Biner, 34 to 51. So these guys are going to be most of your carries. That looks like they're about splitting them. Looking at the defense for Arizona or Phoenix, pretty good, 35. I mean, you got 2 guys that are 4s. Everybody else is a 3. That's pretty good. Interceptions are going to be on the right side. I remember that. And then sacks are going to be over here on the left. So looking at the defense, they're a 35. Washington's a 40. So when Arizona's out there on defense, they're going to be -5 on your defensive card. So back in the 89 season, I never cared about run versus pass. So everybody's 50-50. So that means on my dice, 1 through 10 are going to be your run plays. 11 through 20 are your pass plays. Now let's get started here. All right, 1st and 10, a 3. That's going to be an inside run for Washington. 54 on your defense is not good. That'll be an AD. And 55, that's going to be Jamie Morris. So one of the guys who's not going to run it all the time, Jamie Morris is going to come out. He's going to get the first carry. I guess Riggs and Biner were like drinking last night. They got in trouble, so they're suspended for the first play. Is that what we're doing here? So Jamie Morris against an AD on the inside run. $33 for Morris. That's a 16, and he's going to bust out for 10 yards. Maybe he should play the second play too. All right, 1st and 10 now. Washington moves to the 29. We're going to roll some dice. All right, a 15. That'll be a short pass. A 25 on your defense. 25 is AD, so 2 straight ADs, but this one's going to be actually on the passing down. 55 for the Redskins is Donnie Warren, the tight end. He's a C, so he's actually that's pretty interesting. He's a 4, must be for blocking, but he's actually a C on receiving. So we're going to start out at AD. We're going to move to BD. So we're going to short pass BD, Mark Rippon to Don Warren. A 12 for Rippon. Oh, it's a 26, and Mark Rippon is going to take off and run. Pressure gets back there, and it forces him out of the pocket. So AD is where we were. So on the outside run, Mark Rippon. 55. The doubles are coming here. That's an 11. Rippon will get 5 yards before he's pushed out of bounds on the quarterback scramble. All right, 2nd and 5 now on the 34, the Redskins. We'll stay in a standard offense here. Oh, a 19, Rippon looking medium pass. 34, oh man, the Cardinals are looking for a run here. That's going to be an AG, but a 63, we're going to go down to Reggie Dupard. So medium pass to our backup halfback. Boy, Riggs and Biner are not playing this first drive. Things got a little crazy last night, I guess. So Dupard is a C. So we're going to go BG, medium pass BG. Rippon looking for Reggie Dupard. $35 for Rippon. It's a 9. It's going to be complete for 16 yards. So Rippon dumps it off to his running back after finding nobody downfield. And Dupard is going to scramble for 16. It's going to be 1st and 10 as they get right to midfield here on this drive. First and 10 at the 50. And we're going to go outside run now. So Rippon's going to pitch it out. 46. 46 is an AS and a 22. And Gerald Riggs has entered the game. And Riggs will go inside or outside. So he will go outside run. And 46 is an AS. So outside run AS. 62, that's a 24. And he'll get 2. And he'll get into Phoenix territory. And that was Gerald Riggs. Gets into Phoenix Cardinals territory. 2nd and 8 on the 48 now. And we have an 11. That'll be a short pass. So 32, that's going to be a CG. Boy, the defense has not been well for Phoenix so far. CG. 65, though. Terry Orr. Where we are going way down the sheet here to find these receivers. Terry Orr, I think he's a tight end. Yeah, he's a backup tight end. He is a ET2 C1, so he didn't get many targets. He also must have fell on a kick return because he's got an OC0. So if we see an 011, I think, on the kickoff return and it goes to him, he's going to just fall on it. No gain. So Terry Orr is a C. 32 is a CG. So we're going to go short pass, CG. Rippon looking for Terry Orr. I wonder if were Gary Clark and Art Monk and Ricky Sanders with Riggs and Biner last night? What's going on here? 16 for Rippon is a 20, and that'll be incomplete. And it'll be 3rd and 8. So Rippon incomplete to Terry Orr. 3rd and 8. 12:45 to go here. 2:15 into the game. All right, a 5. So we're going to go short. I'm going to short pass heavy here. So it's going to be a short pass. 33. This time the defense is calling it right here. BD. And 45. That's going to be Ricky Sanders. He's an A. So we'll make it a short pass AD. Rippon looking for Ricky Sanders. There he is. He's a 3. He didn't make the starting lineup because he's a 3. And then I did not do, when I first created these sheets back then, you can see I only have one column for the offense. And he would have been a 4-3 had I done 2 columns. I just didn't for 1989. I doubt I'll go back and redo it. It's no big deal. So he's an A8. So he's their 3rd receiver. He's an A8. It's pretty impressive here. So it's going to be an AD, short pass, Rippon to Ricky Sanders. 54. We're going to have our first penalty of the game. That's going to be 6 yards, short of a first down, but we do have flags down. So let's check the TH. All right, 34. That's going to be against the offense. That'll be holding. And Phoenix, do they want to give him a 4th and 2 from the 42? Yeah, I think they're going to. Yeah, this is one of those situations where I'm going to punt. So I can just go. I know that we're going to take the penalty because I'm going to punt as the offense. So that's the one thing about playing this game. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to let the pass go through. And that was Ricky Sanders for 6. And we'll call it 30 seconds. And then we'll decline the penalty. It's 4th and 2. We're going to punt. So we'll go to Ralph Mosienko, who I think was in a 1986 game that I just played as the kicker for, I think, the Chargers. Was it Mosienko and who's the other guy that had the funny name? 2 guys for the Chargers. It was Mosienko and who was their kicker? I can't remember. Anyway, Mosienko is going to punt. Try to coffin corner it. 34. We're going to have another penalty. And this is going to be a 36. This is a 24-yard punt that is downed. But we have a TZ. So let's check the TZ. 31 is an 18. That's going to be offside on the defense. Oh, and they should have taken the penalty and made him go 3rd down. So that's going to go offside. A little too anxious to block that one for the Cardinals. It's going to cost them 5 yards, but it's also going to give Washington a 1st down. That's a rough turn of events there. So offside, 15, and it's going to be 1st and 10 Redskins on their own on the Phoenix 37. What the heck was that kicker's name? That's going to drive me crazy. Hang on a second. I'm going to walk away from the camera and see if San Diego just happens to be on top of my 1986 pile, because I need to know that kicker's name. And if they're not on top, I'm going to have to Google. I'm going to have to search it while we're standing here. Pittsburgh, San Diego. No, they're not on top. I know I just played with Mosienko and, man, who was their other guy? Hold on. I got to figure this out. It's going to drive me crazy. So let's go. Let's just change this to a 6. And then go to the teams. San Diego went 4-12 that year. I think I played him against Cleveland. And let's see who their kicker was. Mosienko and Bernershka. Ralph Bernershka was the punter. Wait. Oh, so, yeah. Mosienko and Bernershka. That's what I thought. So Bernershka was the kicker. Sorry. All right. I feel better now. I'll be able to sleep tonight. Okay. Back to this game. Nope. Back to this game. All right. Here we go. All right. 1st and 10. 37-yard line for the Redskins. 3. We're going to go inside run. 61 on your defense. And, boy, we are going to the bottom of the barrel here on running backs, too. 61's a BS. And we're going to go all the way down to Reggie Dupard, who was the receiver on a play. And now he's going to get a shot at an inside run. And he does not run inside. Oh, yes, he does. He's a fullback. He's a halfback, but he only runs inside. That's interesting. All right, so inside run. And it was a BS. Reggie Dupard. A 53. That'll be a 12. And he'll get a yard. He will get 1 yard. So we've had 3 different guys carry the ball on this drive so far. Reggie Dupard. And it is going to be 2nd and 9 on the 36. This was 1 year. This was 1 year before I started playing fantasy football. And I've played fantasy football every year since then. 36 consecutive years. 35 consecutive years. But this was the 1 year that I didn't play. I hadn't played yet. I was reading about fantasy football in the APBA Digest. The Football Digest, my favorite magazine of all time. I wish it still existed. And I read about 2 things in that magazine: fantasy football and APBA football. So Football Digest changed my life. 52. Oh, man, 52. That's Jamie Morris getting another. Oh, no, we're going to go short pass. Okay, short pass. So 52. That's going to be Ernest Biner. He's an A on short passes. 42 is a CS. We're going to make it a BS short pass. Rip into Biner. 15. That'll be complete. Oh, that's a good one. That's going to be complete for 13 yards, and Ernest Biner is going to run out of bounds. All right. That'll be a 1st down. Can the Redskins take advantage of the penalty? 1st and 10 at the 23 now. They're driving. All right, a 16. That's a short pass. 43 is a BG, and 23 is Gary Clark. And Gary Clark is an A, so we're going to make it an AG. So short pass, AG, ripping, looking for Gary Clark. Oh, another penalty. 36. That's a 17-yard completion, but there are flags down. So let's check it. 24. 24 is a 16. That is intentional grounding. On intentional grounding, when the pass is complete, you just pretend the intentional grounding didn't happen, and pass is going to be complete for 17 yards. So Gary Clark gets him down inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line, and it's 1st and goal Redskins. $15, that'll be a short pass. 61 is BS. 41 is Ricky Sanders. He's an A. Make it an AS. You're going to hear me say that a lot today with these receivers. I mean, let me show you that again. As soon as I get to the short pass here, inside the 10. That means if you're looking at this, so with Biner being an A on short passes, that means if I roll anything from 11 to 54, it's going to be an A. And then it's the other 8 dice rolls, 55 to 66, where you're going to see C's. But 11 to 54 on short passes, it's going to be an A, just like now. So 61 was BS, make it an AS. And we were going to go 1st and goal at the 6. Rippin looking for his running back, Ernest Biner. 65 is an 18, and that is going to be just incomplete to Biner. Make it second down. What are we doing here? Okay. All right. Second and goal. And we'll go standard offense again. So any pass that comes up is a short pass. 11, there's your short pass. Oh, 66 on the defense. They're ready for it. It's a BD. And then 46, that's Biner again. So we're going to go AD, short pass. Rippin looking for Biner again. 61 this time. 61's a 12. That'll be complete. 3 yards. So he'll get halfway there. A little dump off, and Biner gets hit immediately. And it's third and goal at the 3. And we'll just go standard again. 7, that'll be an outside run. 55, that is an AG. 34, back to Biner. 3 consecutive plays to Biner here. So AG, outside run, Ernest Biner. 51, that'll be a 16. And Biner gets 6 yards. He goes into the end zone for a touchdown. And the Redskins cap off their opening drive. And let's check the extra point. 23 is not good. Low Miller. It's a 22. It's good. And Low Miller punches it through just barely. But he punches it through. And it is going to be 7-0. I'm curious about that drive. Let's go drive summary. That was a 12-play, 81-yard drive. They went run, pass, penalty, run, pass, run. Mixed it up well. 12. How many plays did I say? Was it 12? Is that what I said? Quick drive summary. So it says 12 here. Okay, so it says 12 here, and I can add up 5 and 7 and get 12. That's a great drive. Let's see if Phoenix can answer. Let's kick it off with Chip Low Miller. Kicking off. 65. 65 is a 35? Yeah, 35. And we're going to have a penalty. 5609 TL. So let's check the TL first to make sure it doesn't go out of bounds. 64. It's an 8. What is that? A 34? Oh, man. 64-34 on a TL. That's an unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense. That is on the receiving team. So let us check the return, then we'll call the penalties. We'll say it happened after the play, after the whistle blew, after the kickoff return, and then we'll penalize them 15 yards or half the distance from the return. All right, so it's 56 yards. That's going to take it to the 9. All right, so 56. All right, so that was going to be Low Miller. Continue. And from the 9, so returning it is going to be my friend Vi Sikahema, one of my favorite players in football back then. A 44. And Sikahema, that is going to be an 18, and he is going to get 26 yards on the return. Again, I said it was after the play, so that's how I'm going to do it. 26 yards. We'll call it a 15-second play, and then we'll penalize him 15 yards from the spot for the personal foul. No, the unsportsmanlike conduct. We'll call it taunting. So we'll go penalty, 15 yards on the Cardinals, but this is no first down marker in play because it's not going to be 1st and 25. It's going to be 1st and 10. So unsportsmanlike and no time because the time was on the previous play. And the Cardinals are going to start 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. And let's take a look at their offense here. You've got a 32, so it's not a great offense. Ron Wolfley, the fullback. Robert Awalt, the tight end, are both 2s. Everybody else is a 3, or you got 1-4 with your right tackle, Luis Sharp. So it's not a great offense. It's a 32. You do have J.T. Smith as an A. You got Roy Green as an A and Ernie Jones. So their top 3 receivers are all A's also. And then Awalt, the tight end. Their running backs are not near as good as the Redskins. A lot of guys here. Jay Novacek down there coming over from Dallas. Catching the ball here. Running backs, it's going to be Earl, Ferrell, or Tony Jordan. Stump Mitchell will get in there a little bit. If I stick at him, I'm pretty sure he's only going to run outside because he runs those wide receiver sweep type plays. Looking at the defense for the Redskins, got some good players here. They're actually at 36. They're +4 on defense. So you got Dexter Manley. You got Charles Mann. Wilbur Marshall coming from the Bears, I think. Darrell Green, the fastest man in football, is only a 3. Surprising. They must have given up some points this year because some of these guys I would expect to be a little bit better. But there you go. All right. So go back to Phoenix. Let's see. They're going to be a 50-50 team also. And they're going to start with a 12. That'll be a short pass. Gary Hogoboom, who at the time of this game was, 29 years old? I think he was Dallas's backup for a while before this, I believe. 54 is going to be a short pass. 54 is Tony Baker, one of your running backs. They have a lot of guys that run the ball here. And there's Tony Baker. He's a halfback. He's a C1. Oh, no, we'll do this one. C1. And then 52 on your defense for the Skins is... Let's see. For the Redskins, 52. That's a CG. And Baker's a C. So we're going to short pass Hogoboom to Tony Baker. And we'll stay at CG. All right. Oh, 54. We're going to have another penalty. 36. That's going to be a 13-yard completion, but we have a TH. All right. So Phoenix was already with 2 penalties in this game. And a third one that I think I declined. Yeah, on that before the punt. So this is going to be, like I said, 13 TH. 23. That's going to be against the offense. That'll be a false start. So the play never happened. We're going to back them up 5 yards. And because it was a false, APBA rules say 15 seconds for a penalty, so I'm going to do it. In real life, it was after a kickoff. The play never started because it was a false start, so there would have been any time off the clock. But I'm just saying, APBA is kind of weird about, 15 seconds for penalties. Maybe. I haven't read the rule book in like 35 years, so I have no idea. But we're just going to do it that way. So 1st and 15, back at the 15. All right, a 4. We're going to go inside run. 63, that is going to be Visekahema. And he has a separate running card. Again, he only runs... 3. He's got odd numbers. I think that is outside. Let me make sure. Yeah, so he, like I said earlier, he only runs outside. He goes in motion. Hogoboom takes a snap and just hands it to him as he runs behind him. A lot of good numbers there. I mean, he looks like he did well. He just didn't do it very often. But we're going to go ahead and run it here. So Sikahema on the outside run. 35 on your defense is a CS. So outside run CS to our guy Vi. 44. This is going to be a big one. It's a 5, and he'll pick up 10 yards. So just like Washington did, they're going to start off with a 10-yard run from a guy who doesn't run the ball very often. And it's going to be 2nd and 5. So you got all those penalty yards back plus 5 more. We're going to stick with the run here, outside run. 56, that's going to be back to Visekahema. Amazing. So we're going to go outside. We're going to run the same play. They won't see that coming twice in a row. 22 on your defense is a BG. So outside run BG. Visekahema again. 42, that'll be a 9. Oh, and he'll get stuffed for no gain on the play. So Sikahema, probably his only 2 carries of the game, gets stuffed for no gain. Make it 3rd and 5. Let's go short pass heavy here. Let's get Gary Hogoboom's arm into this thing. Whoops. All right. 11, that'll be a short pass. 41. 41 is Roy Green. He is an A. And 46 is a BS. So make it an AS. And we'll go Gary Hogoboom to Roy Green as an AS. Oh, no, a 23. 23 is a 30, and it's a big sack. Gary Hogoboom get dumped for an 8-yard loss as they get pressure in the backfield. Let's see who got him for the Redskins. 35, that is going to be Darrell Grant. Daryl Grant getting back there. There he is. Look at that. Look at that. He's a defensive tackle. His interception rating is higher than his quarterback sack rating. He's a 3. Ball's probably got tipped up in the air, and he caught him and just went right down, right there. All right, so he's going to get in the backfield. He's going to hit Gary Hogoboom and knock him down. It's one thing about playing a season with this game and not just playing a one-off like I'm going to do with some of the other, with the 49 and some of the other games, like 86 and maybe some of those earlier seasons, is that I'm really interested now. What does that do with him with sacks on the season? 5 weeks in now, does he move up? Is that his first one? I'm excited to look at stats at the end of the game here. Make it 4th and 13. We're going to bring out Rich Camarillo to punt. 4th and 13. So not a good first drive for the Cardinals. 22 though. He'll get his foot into it. That's a 4. We're at the 17. So that's going to be a 52-yard punt taken by D10. That'll be Joe Johnson. So what did I say? 54 or 52? 52. So Camarillo boots it away. It'll be taken at the 31-yard line by Joe Johnson of the Redskins. 24. That is a 27, and a 27 is always a fair catch. So Joe Johnson with the fair catch, and the Redskins will start their second drive, 7.5 to go, halfway through this quarter. 1st and 10, back at their own 31-yard line. So it feels like blowout territory so far. But again, in real life, it was 30-28, so who knows what's actually going to happen. All right, a 13. It's going to be a short pass from Mark Rippon. 45 on defense is a BS. 51 is Ernest Biner. It's a short pass, Ernest Biner. He's an A, so we'll go AS. 45 is a 14. That'll be complete to Biner for 5 yards. So Rippon to Biner for 5. And it's going to be 2nd down and 5 now for the Redskins at the 36. I think these cards stay nice and straight. All right, I'm going to go short pass again. And it's going to be a 12 on your defense. Come on. Oh, my God. 12. There we go. 12 is a CG, and 22 is our first look at Art Monk. He's also an A. So it's going to be a BG. Art Monk, he's an EB4. He's an A9. So Monk is an A9. Gary Clark is an A8. And Ricky Sanders is an A8. I mean, that's a nice way to have a passing game. So BG, Rippon to Art Monk. 45 again is a 14 again. And this time it's going to be good for 6 yards. And that'll be a 1st down. So Rippon to Monk for 6. And that right there is the difference between a good quarterback and a bad quarterback. You know, his 45 is a 14. Hogoboom is a 15. Most of those quarterbacks of 45, if their completion percentage isn't very good, most of those quarterbacks are going to be around 18 or 19. Look at this. Here's Tim Rosenbach. He's a 19 on 45. 45 is a good tell on if a quarterback's good or bad. Tommy Tupa, he's a 17. So some of that 45 is a good tell. Let's see what we got here. Getting text messages. Oh, okay. All right. 1st and 10. And we got a leaner. All right, a 13. We're going to go back to the short pass. 21 on your defense is a BS. 15, we're going to go back to Art Monk. So we're going to go AS, short pass, Rippon to Monk. 41. 41 is a 20, and that'll be incomplete. So Mark Rippon with his 10th pass already of this first quarter. Oops. And it's going to be 2nd and 10. Their own 42. All right, a 9. 9 is going to be an outside run. 62 is an AS. And 33, Gerald Riggs. So outside run, Gerald Riggs, AS. A 33 for Riggs, and oh boy, he's going to break through the line. We're going to go to that K column. You can see Riggs. We're going to re-roll. We're going to look at the K column, and that's where all the good numbers are, unless I roll like a 34. Or actually 17 is his highest. Wow, that's good. How about a 55? That'll be a 2. And Gerald Riggs is gone. He busts through the line of scrimmage, and look at that. Look at that right underneath there, a 2. He busts through the line against that AS. He goes 58 yards for a touchdown. And just like that, it is 13-0. So 52 yards. He says Ernest Miner is getting all the love. How about I get in the end zone? Wait, did I add wrong? Hold on. Undo last play. Oh yeah, 58 yards, not 52 yards. The run, Riggs, 58 yards. And it is 13-0. Let's bring out Chip Lowmiller for the extra point. 56 is a 42, and that's good. All those high numbers after 36 are good on extra points. So Lowmiller makes it 14-0, just like that. 6 minutes still to go in this first quarter. Let's kick it off. 16 for Lowmiller. 16 is a 7. And that'll be a 62.09. So it's going to be taken at the 3-yard line by Sikahema. 41 is a 20, and I believe that's going to be 24 yards. Oh, no, it's 16 yards. It's 24 yards in the second quarter. So that is going to be a 16-yard return by Sikahema. And the Cardinals start first down and 10 on their own 19, now down 14-0. 5:45 to go. Let's see what they can do. 16, that'll be a short pass. 51, that is going to be Ernie Jones. Ernie Jones is the number 3 receiver, but he is also an A. There he is. He's a halfback 3. He's an A5. Pretty good player back then. And our defense is going to be a CG. Make this a BG. So it's going to be a short pass. BG. Hogoboom to Ernie Jones. 46 is an 18, and that is going to be Joe. It's going to be complete, but Ernie Jones on the wide receiver screen, he's going to get knocked down 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and he'll lose 2. So Phoenix doing a lot of going backwards so far in this first quarter. 2nd and 12. Whoops. 2nd and 12, back at the 17. Let's go medium pass heavy here, see if we can make something happen. It will be a 9. That is a medium pass. 22. It's going to be JT Smith. So we're going to go A regardless of what's on that dice. So it's going to be it's a CG. We're going to make it an AG. So medium pass AG. Hogan is going to throw it up there for JT Smith and hope he can make a play. A 63. What a terrible roll. That's a 33. We have our first possible fumble of the game. We have an F43, and you guys know how I do this. Roll the orange die. 1 to 4, the fumble counts. 5 to 20, it doesn't. There's way too many fumbles in this game, and I like to knock it down by about 80%. So 1 to 4, the fumble counts. And it is a 19. That fumble will not count. So we're going to use the result of the F43 to determine how many yards are gained here. And if it's a negative, I'll probably just call it a sack. We're gonna ignore the fumble part of it. Oh, 44. This could be good. So F43, 44. This is going to be good for 14 yards and a first down. So Hogoboom to JT Smith for was that 14? Yep, and it would have been recovered by JT Smith. It was 14-01, so he actually would have recovered his own fumble there. And we'll call it 30 seconds, and we're going to go 1st and 10 now for Phoenix on the 31. I like that because it cuts down on fumbles. I don't like fumbles. They ruin the flow of the game. There's also way too many of them, and I like more offense, and that gives me more offense. Because I just realized, like, literally, I've been doing this for months and months and months. I literally just realized that you're not going to have an incomplete pass on that. You're either going to have positive yardage or a sack. So, all right. 18, we're going to go with another medium pass. Gary Hogoboom feeling it right now. 52 is going to be Earl Ferrell, our running back. He's a C. And a 45 is a BS. So we're going to go BS, medium pass. Hogoboom to Earl Ferrell. 56 for Hogoboom is a 20, and it's going to be incomplete. So Hogoboom's first incompletion. Make it 2nd down and 10 for the Cardinals. All right, a 16. We're going to go with a short pass. This is what helped the Cardinals in real life. There was a lot of passing in this game for them. 53 is Earl Ferrell again. He's a C. 36 is a B. We're going to run the same play, but it's a short pass now instead of a medium pass. Hogoboom to Ferrell against a BS. 45. 45 is a 15. And that'll be complete for 4 yards for Hogoboom. So he'll look down the middle of the field, not find anyone, and he'll dump it off to Earl Ferrell. Or is it Ferrell or Ferrell? I think I say that every time I play this game. Every time I play the Cardinals. 3rd and 6. We'll go short pass heavy. $14 is a short pass. 21, we're going back to JT Smith. He's an A. He's an A star, so he's an A. 35 is a CS. We're going to make it an AS. So Hogoboom to JT Smith, AS. 33. That's a 4. That is 14 yards out of bounds, 1st down. So JT Smith with his second catch, his second big catch of the game for a 1st down. And again, in real life, he had 8 for something and 3 touchdowns. So 1st and 10 now. They're up to their own 49-yard line. All right, a 1. We're going to go inside run. 42. 42 is going to be Tony Jordan, our halfback, our backup halfback. 33 on your defense, though. That's going to be a CG. So inside run CG for Tony Jordan. It's a tough defense to run against. A 36. That's a what is that? Jordan. It's a 22, and he'll get 1 yard. He'll manage to fall forward for 1 yard, and it's gonna be 2nd down and 9. They're gonna get right to midfield there for the Cardinals. All right, an 11. That's going to be a short pass. So Hogoboom going to air it out again. 34 this time is Roy Green. He's an A. I love those Cardinals receivers. He's an A. 46 is a BS. We're going to go AS. Short pass. Hogoboom to Roy Green. Short pass AS. 24. 24 is a 16. And that'll be complete for 3 yards. So we're kind of dinking and dunking here. Except for JT Smith. And it's going to be 3rd down and 6. They are going to cross the 50 and get to the Redskins 47. And let's go short pass heavy. A 19. That's a medium pass. Oh, 65. Don Holmes. Not John Holmes. Don Holmes. I have no idea who he is. There, oh, he's a backup wide receiver. He's a C1. Oh, he's born on April Fool's Day. That kind of sucks. All right, so he's a C1. Defense, 36 is a BS. It's going to stay BS. All right, so Hogoboom dumping it off to his tight end against a BS. 16, that is a 25, and that ball's picked off. That is a W58. And Gary Hogoboom, he threw 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions in real life. He just threw his first interception, a W58. Who got it for the Redskins? 53 And that is going to be 7 yards. So it's 7 yards on the interception. All right, so pass. Hogoboom to Don, don't call me John. Holmes. It'll be picked off. Let's see who got it. 25. That is, oh boy, 25. That is going to be, that's our kick returner, our starting cornerback, A.J. Johnson. And look at this. A.J. Johnson's got some touchdowns. I see some ones there at those double numbers. 11, 22, 33, and 66, and 44. So we got a chance. Are we going to have a long pick 6 here? Let's see. Johnson at the 40. 62. That's a 20. And he will get 8 yards on the return. And the Redskins start their third drive. They are 2 for 2 right now in touchdowns. And A.J. Johnson for 8. Or was it 6? It is 8. And they're going to start 1st and 10 now on their own 48. 2.5 to go. All right, 9 for the Redskins. That's an outside run. 12 on your defense is a C, D. And 52 is Ernest. No, it's going to be Jamie Morris again. So outside run, Jamie Morris. Against a C, D, right? Yeah. So outside run. There we go. CD, Jamie Morris. All right. 12. Oh, 12's a 26. And Jamie Morris is going backwards. He'll lose 2. All right. 2nd and 12. So short pass heavy here for Mark Rippon. 7 and 10, 66 yards. 12, that'll be a short pass. 51, it's an AD. 42 is Ricky Sanders. He's an A. So short pass AD, Rippon to Ricky Sanders. Were they the Three Amigos? I think I asked this question last time I played. Were they the Three Amigos? Is that right? Or was that Denver? Get those guys mixed up. 53. That's a 10 for Rippon. That's 7 yards. All right, so he gets a nice chunk there. Make it 3rd and 5 after the 7-yard completion. 3rd and 5. We'll go short pass heavy again. And we'll get another short pass. 15 on your defense. Should be an AD. Yeah. AD. And then 63. Ooh, we're looking at Reggie Dupard. He's a C. So let's go BD. Short pass BD. And that did cross the 50. So that's the 47-yard line. And it's going to be Rippon looking for Reggie Dupard. 43. Yikes. That's a 32. And we have an incompletion with an injury, but we're not playing injuries. We just have an incomplete pass. And they're not going to be able to capitalize on the turnover. And they're going to have to punt it away. Bring out Ralph Mosienko. A 21. Going a little coffin corner here. Last time they did this, Phoenix jumped. They won't this time, though. 21 is an 8. And that is going to go out of bounds the 13-yard line. So it's a 34-yard punt. Out of bounds for Mosienko. All right, 1st and 10 back at the 13 now for Phoenix. We got a minute to go in this quarter. All right. All right, a 5. So we're going to go inside run. 45. That's going to be Tony Jordan. And a 13. That's a CS. So inside run CS. Tony Jordan. Ooh, we got to go back to these boards back here. Inside run CS for Jordan. 45. It's always a 22. And it is for him. 3 yards. So Tony Jordan gets 3 yards. Makes it so that I have to change boards again as he gets to the 16-yard line. 2nd and 7. Oh, let's roll a play here. All right, a 15. That'll be a short pass. 52. 52 is Earl Ferrell. He's a C. And a 42 is a CS. So short pass CS. Hogoboom looking for Ferrell. 51, that'll be complete. And he'll get 11 yards. That's going to be a first down. So Hogoboom finds his running back out of the backfield. And that is going to end the first quarter. Washington with a 14-0 lead. A couple of big plays there. But it's early. Still try to come back here. First and 10 at the 27 now as we begin the second quarter. It's a 13 and that was a 52. So 13 is a short pass. 52 back to Earl Ferrell. He's a C. 33 is a CD, so it's a little tougher this time. Short pass CD. 14. That's a 35. That's going to be intercepted. But we have a penalty. W58, but we have a TH. So let's check the TH first. 25, and that's going to be a 23. That is going to be illegal contact on the defense. 5 yards and an automatic first down, and they will take the penalty. I probably should play it out. Does he catch the ball? Does he fumble? Does Phoenix pick it up and run it back? Yeah, let's do it. So they're probably going to take the penalty and take the first down, but let's just play out the interception just in case something wacky happens here. So W58, right? Yeah, his second W58 of the game. All right, a 34. That's going to be a 14-yarder, so he'll intercept it at the 41. Who gets it for the Redskins? 42 is Alvin Walton. I never heard of him. Alvin Walton. Is he even a starter? No. Where's he at? Oh, I picked up the wrong team. Alvin Walton. Oh, he is a starter. Strong safety 3, WR. So he's got an R column. Look at those ones. Okay. Let's see what happens. A 52. That's, a 33. So he can fumble. Okay. Let's keep playing this. So a 33 on your interception return is an F76. All right. So let's check and see what he did here. 52. So that is going to be he'll lose 6 yards, and it'll be picked up by D5. D5 is Charles Mann, your right end. So Washington. So he does fumble. Washington picks up. He's got a fumble recovery 0, so he's going to fall on it right there. We're going to waive the whole thing off, though. We're going to give the penalty to Washington. Illegal contact. 5 yards, automatic first down. Kind of got exciting there for a minute. I thought maybe Arizona or Phoenix could maybe pick it up and then get some more yards, and then more than the 5-yard penalty, and I would actually take the whole play. But not in this case. All right, so first and 10 errors are Phoenix at the 32-yard line. All right, a 4. We'll go inside run. 35, Tony Jordan. 34 is BD. So inside run BD for Tony Jordan. 64. 64 is a 20. And he'll get a yard. So Jordan gets 1. All right, second and 9. Let's go short pass heavy here. A 10, that'll be a short pass. 34, that's going to be Roy Green. He's an A. 36 is a BS, so we're going to short pass AS. We're going to go Hogoboom to Roy Green. 13 for Hogoboom is a 14, and we have 7-yard completion, and Roy Green is going to go out of bounds 2 yards short of the first down. And it's going to be 3rd and 2. Let's go standard here. We can do a run or a pass. A 10. That'll be an outside run. 21 is Earl Ferrell. 44 is a BG. So outside run BG to Ferrell. It could be Ferrell, but I like saying Ferrell. Ferrell seems to have an A, F-A-R. He's F-E-R, so that's why I say Ferrell. What was it? 42 BG. All right. Big play here for the Cardinals. 15. 15 is going to do it, isn't it? 17. He'll get 7 yards. So Earl Ferrell gets 7 on the outside run. I think the Redskins were looking past there. No, BG, they were looking run. But he just gets through the line, breaks some tackles. 1st and 10 up to the 47 now. They're driving. It's a slow drive, but they're slowly doing it. They're matriculating. All right, an 8. We're going to go outside run again. 44. This time it's going to be, let's go back to Tony Jordan. And 45 is a BS. So outside run BS, Tony Jordan. 61. That's a 22. And he'll get 3. Wait, no. He'll get 1. So he'll get 1 yard on the outside run. And it's going to be 2nd and 9. They're short pass heavy again. That seems to be the play on 2nd and 9. A 1. That's going to be a short pass. 26. That is Robert Awalt, the big tight end. Big starting tight end. He's a 2, but he is a B3. So he's a B. 41 on your defense is an AS. We'll stay at AS with a short pass AS. Hogoboom to Robert Awalt. $64 again. That's another 12. And he'll get 5 yards. Make it 3rd and 4. So Hogoboom to Awalt for 5. It is 3rd and 4. Ball over to the 4. They're going to cross the 50 there. Get to the 47. 3rd and 4. Let's go short pass heavy this time. And we'll get a 6. That'll be a short pass. 21, JT Smith. It's going to be in the A column. 32 is a CG. Ooh, we're going to move it all the way to AG. Nice. So Hogoboom to JT Smith. 51. That's going to be complete for a 1st down. And he'll get 12 yards. Little slant with some yak. So JT Smith with his 3rd catch of the game. Around 40 yards or so. And it's a first. That's his 3rd catch, his 3rd 1st down. So 1st and 10 down to the Redskins 35. Phoenix doing their best here. Keep up with that offense. That Redskin offense. All right, let's go outside run. 32, let's go Earl Ferrell, outside run. 52, that's going to be a CD. So outside run CD. $66 for Ferrell. We're going to go to the K column. Oh, 32, such a bad roll. It's a 17. Oh, it's one of the worst rolls you can do. He'll get 8 yards on the 66. Thought he had him. Busts through that line. And out of nowhere, Darrell Green, the fastest man in football, hits him from behind and knocks him down after a very poor 8-yard gain. The entire Redskins fandom held their breath there as he busted through the line. But never fear. You watch that NFL Throwback channel. Watching Darrell Green catch players is amazing. All right, 2nd and 2. Let's go standard here. All right, 20. We don't have long pass, so we'll go medium pass. 33, medium pass, Roy Green. Oh, look at all those 3s on the board. 33 in your defense is a CD. We'll make it a BD. So medium pass, BD. We're inside the 30. Medium pass, BD. Hogoboom to Roy Green. 55. It's a 6. And he'll get 12 more yards and he'll go out of bounds. That'll be another 1st down. And it's 1st and 10 down to the Redskins 15. Drive started, I think, back at like the 13. I think it started back at the 13 after the punt. They've managed to carry it how many yards? 37 plus 35. What is that? 72 yards so far? All right, a 7. A lot of outside runs on this drive. 44, it's going to be Tony Jordan. 61 is BS. So outside run BS to Jordan. 51. 51's 19. Oh, he's not a good running back if 51's a 19. He'll get 2 yards. He is a 2. All right, second and 8 down to the 13. That field's getting smaller. That defense is getting tighter there. Let's go short pass heavy for Hogoboom. It's a 5. That's a short pass. 22. That's JT Smith. He's an A. 64 is a CS. Make it an AS. I love that A star. Make it an AS. I've talked about this before, guys, but when 2025 is available, I will be buying it. I'm very excited to play with the 2025 team. That's why I bought 49 quick decks, so I can play with some of these teams. But I'm looking forward to see some of these ratings, some of these cards for this APBA game for these 2025 guys. All right, so we got an AS short pass Hogoboom to JT Smith. 44. That's a 5. That is 14 yards. He's into the end zone for the touchdown. And the Cardinals climb back into it. Make it 14-6. JT Smith. I'm pretty sure. Let me just check something real quick here. Season stats, receiving. I think JT Smith's way out ahead. Yeah, he's at 38 catches for 429. He's out ahead of everybody in yards, catches. And he's got, I think, 4 catches now in this game for about 55 yards and a touchdown. He must have been really good that year. 14-6. Bring out Al Del Greco for the extra point. Oh, 54. We're going to have a penalty. Oh, no, we're not. Oh, yeah, we have a penalty. 36. That's a good TM. Every extra point's a good TM for penalties. So let's check the penalty. 45 on your M. That is an 18. That is going to be offside on the defense. Decline it because we don't have 2-minute warning. Or I mean, we don't have 2-point conversion. And call it good. It's going to be 14-7 here in the second quarter. 10.5 to go as the Cardinals get on the board. All right, let's kick it off with Al Del Greco. 16. That's a 7. That's going to be, it was 52.09 in the first quarter. Wasn't it in the second quarter? 62.09. It's 66.09. 1 yard deep into the end zone. 66.09. And it's going to be 1 yard deep, taken by A.J. Johnson. There he is. 61 is a 12. And he'll get 17 yards on the return. He'll start first 10 back thrown 16. All right, Mark Rippon back out on the field. All right, an 18. Rippon looking for a medium pass. Wants to get out of that, get out from the shadow of his goal line there, which, I mean, it's 16. It's not right there, but it's there. All right, 52 is a CG. 22 is Art Monk. Make it a BG. So medium pass, BG, Art Monk. 55. Mark Rippon, that's going to be a 4. And Art Monk is going to go for 34 yards, and he'll get to midfield. One play, and they're already at midfield. I can't believe they were the third-place team in the NFC East that year with the Giants and Dallas, I think, first and second. Or was it Giants-Philly? I think it was Giants-Dallas. No. Dallas was terrible in 89. So it must have been Giants and Philly. All right, so that's going to be 34 yards. All right, first and 10, right at midfield now. Mark Rippon, -13 for 107 yards. No touchdowns. Both touchdowns were running. But having a good game. Keep it going. All right, a 6. That'll be an outside run. 11. That'll be a BD. 54. 54 is going to be Jamie Morris again. Boy, these running backs are getting some work here in this first half. So outside run BD. All right. 63. Oh no, 63 is a 34. We have another possible fumble. F17. Let's roll the orange dice. 1 to 4. The fumble counts. And it is a 11. Oh, so the fumble will not count. So we will use the F17 to determine the result of the play. Okay, F17. Here we go. 51. And that is going to be no gain on the play. It would have been recovered by the offense. Anyway, no gain on the play for, what's that guy's name? Jamie Morris. Is he Joe Morris's little brother? I think he is. All right. 2nd and 10, midfield. I wonder who else in the NFC East played each other. Did they play each other in Week 5? I'd love to play another NFC East division game in Week 5. Let me see. I kind of like this. Back then, nowadays I don't really care about this division, but back then I liked that division. These teams all beat up on each other. Yeah, Giants, Philly. All right, we're going to play this game next. Giants, Philly. Let's play the whole NFC East. Let's have some fun with it. All right, 2nd and 10 at midfield. Let's go short pass heavy. 15, that'll be a short pass for Mark Rippon. 14, not Brett Rippon. That guy's bad. Mark Rippon. AG. Oh, man. Art Monk. Oh, God. AG. So we're going to go short pass, AG, Art Monk again. Last time they threw him the ball, he got 34 yards. And now we're throwing against an AG. Oh, 23, not so good. That's a 29. He's going to get sacked. He'll only lose 4 yards on the play, but he will get taken down in the backfield. Who got back there for the Cardinals? That is going to be David Galloway. I have no idea who that is. I really, Arizona, I don't know much about Arizona, especially back then. That's way out in the West. He's a 3 defensive end, defensive tackle, QS4, pretty good player. Went to Florida. All right, so it's going to be David Galloway, potentially his first sack of the year. And it's going to be 3rd down and 14 now for the Redskins, back at their own 46. Let's go medium pass heavy. All right, a 5. That'll be a short pass. 53. 53 is a BS. 26. Gary Clark. So make it an AS. So short pass AS. Ripping to Clark. 62. It's an 18, and that is going to be just complete. But another wide receiver screen gone bad. He'll lose a yard. I hate that play. He will lose a yard on this play. And it's going to be 4th down and 15, and they're going to have to punt. So bring out Mosienko. Punting from his own 45. 42. 42 is a 6. And he is going to boot it 40 yards taken by D10. So it'll be taken at the 15-yard line by D10. D10 is going to be Visekahema. 14. Oh, no. 14 is a 35. So he is going to get 26 yards on the return. But we have a TQ. We have a penalty. So 26 with a penalty. 35. That's a 7. That's going to be holding. But there's a whole bunch of stuff there. And I'm not sure who the holding is on. So who's returning it? Offense kicks on a punt return. So it's going to be holding on the kicking team. Why would they hold? Offense kicks, defense receives. So it's going to be holding on the punting team. Maybe they held on as the ball is being punted, they held to stop like a block. But let me check the TQ. Wait, there's all kinds of marks on it. Let me just check the book to make sure I'm not missing anything here. So we've got a star and a plus minus. So on kickoff returns, no. And the plus minus says if offensive holding on a pass play, no. All right, so we're good. All right, so it's going to be an 18-yard return. So how would we do that? So is it added to the end of the play? It just says line. Oh yeah, it says line of scrimmage. Oh, so you can So we can take the penalty, make him kick again, or take the return. We're going to definitely take the 26-yard return and make it 1st and 10. All right, so punt return, 26 yards, decline the penalty, and by Sekahema. Starts the 1st and 10 on their own 41 for the Cardinals, trying to get this tying touchdown here on this drive. 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. A 5. That's going to be an inside run. 42. That's going to be Tony Jordan again. A lot of carries for this guy. And 53 is a CS. So inside run CS for Tony Jordan. 13. 13's a 21. And he's actually going to lose a yard. So Jordan goes -1 on this play, hitting the backfield. Like Dexter Manley getting in there. He read the play. Let me just wink. Get it? He read the play. There you go. All right, so 30 seconds. All right, 2nd and 11. Wasn't it Dexter Manley who said he couldn't read? Is that why I'm trying to make a joke there that may or may not be funny? I don't remember. All right, so 2nd and 11. Let's go short pass heavy. All right, and 9. That'll be a short pass. 51. That is going to be Ernie Jones, and he is an A. 36 is a BS. So we're going to go short pass AS. Hogoboom to Ernie Jones. 51. 51 is going to be complete. Ernie Jones, he'll get 11 yards and a 1st down. So Hogoboom to Ernie Jones for 11. Exactly enough. He falls down right there at the sticks. But it's good enough. 1st and 10, they're going to cross the 50 and get to the Washington 49. All right, 14. We're going to short pass again. 22. JT Smith getting his 5th target of the game. 50. Oh, no, 54. That's a BG. Make it an AG. So short pass AG. Hogoboom to Smith. 13. That's a 14. And that is complete for 10 yards. JT Smith having an amazing game. And that's a 1st down. How's Smith doing so far? Smith, 5 for 63 and a touchdown. That guy must have been really good. I think he led the league in receptions that year. Really good player. In fact, I think I can see it just by doing this. Jerry Rice led the league in yards. Let's see. Player stats, receiving. Let's see, 90. So, no, he didn't. So, why? Wow. Wait, I'm confused. Did he get hurt? There he is. 62 catches in 9 games. So he's on pace for 120 catches. Oh, no wonder he's an A. He's on pace for like 120 catches. The leader had 90. Oh, so no wonder he's an A. What's his, man? See, this is the kind of thing that makes me want to play with injuries because it's going to be way off statistically. But then I realize I just don't care because I love passing. And it'd be fun to see him get 120 catches. There he is. Yeah, he's a J4. So his injury rating is the highest possible it can be. So, yeah, he must have got hurt there in week. I guess he didn't start a game. So he must have got hurt somewhere in week 9, I would assume. And was out the rest of the season. Or he missed him in the middle of the season. I guess it doesn't really matter. All right, 1st and 10 down to the 39. A 7. That'll be an outside run. 61. That's going to be Visekahema. All right, his 3rd carry of the game. And then 14 is not great. It's a BD. So outside run BD for Visekahema. 42. 42 is a 9. And he'll get 6 yards. So he takes the little jet sweep. Goes around the end for 6. Make it 2nd and 4. All right, a 15. That'll be a short pass. And a 15 is going to be JT Smith. 21. 21's a BS. Make it an AS. So short pass AS. Hogoboom to Smith. Another completion. That's an 8. And he'll get 11 yards this time. Man, they need to be throwing that ball to him. This is like Jamar Chase. You just throw the ball to him over and over again. Let him make catches and make plays. 1st and 10 down to the Redskins 22. And we're going to have another short pass. Hogoboom, 14 of 16 for 125. And a touchdown. I mean, in real life, it wasn't that good in real life, but He's got that interception also, but it was really good. So short pass. And let's see. 66. We're going to look for Daryl Usher. Oh, you make me want to throw a short pass. There he is. EB1C1. So he didn't get many targets on the season, but he'll get this one. 45. That's going to be a BS because it always is. So we're going to go short pass BS. Hogoboom to Usher. 64. That's a 12. That'll be complete, 3 yards. So Hogoboom to Usher for 3. Make it 2nd and 7. Second and 7 on the 19. And we have 15, another short pass. 64. Hogoboom out playing that rookie in Dallas that they drafted Troy Aikman in 89 and probably got rid of Hogoboom. 26. 26 is a BS. 64 is going to be Walter Reeves, another big tight end. He's probably a C. Yeah, he's a C. There he is. I remember him being big. Yeah, 6'4", 270. I remember him. Strangely enough, I remember a backup tight end for Arizona Phoenix, Walter Reeves, 6'4", 270. Huge. All right, he's a C. 26 was BS, so we'll stay at B. So we'll go short pass, BS, Hogoboom to Walter Reeves. 36 for Hogoboom is a 16. Just incomplete. Hogoboom to Reeves. Incomplete. Make it 3rd and 7. Let's go short pass heavy. All right, 5. That is a short pass. 33. That is going to be Roy Green. He's an A. 15 is an AD. So short pass AD. Hogoboom to Roy Green. 52, and that's a 29, and Hogoboom's going to get sacked. So 29 is going to be -3. He'll only lose 3. Won't hurt him in the field goal too much. So who got him for the Redskins? 33 is Charles Mann getting back there from his defensive tackle position. Oh, defensive end. I'm sorry, defensive end position. And it is going to be 4th and 10. Back at the 22. Let's bring out Aldel Greco to attempt a 39-yard field goal. So there's 22. 44 for Del Greco. The kick is smooth up, and it is good. And it is 14-10. So the Cardinals claw back here a little bit after looking like could have been a blowout. Now they're just down 4. We got 4 minutes to go, so we're going to see some 2-minute offense here out of the Redskins. Let's kick it off with Del Greco. 46 is 5, and that is going to be 64-09. Wait, is that right? Yeah, 64-09. Good kick because it's going to take some time off the clock, and it's to the 1-yard line. So 64. And 09 is going to be A.J. Johnson. You don't have to call me AJ. Oh my, AJ. That's an 11. That's an 8. As he is going to get a 31-yard return. Well, that's not even that great. 31 yards. So they'll start 1st and 10 at the 32. Give them a little bit of breathing room here for the 2-minute drill. All right. Bring out Rippin'. And, you know, they don't have to go 2-minute drill yet. 3 timeouts to go. 3:45 is a long time in this game. So let's just go, standard to start. And it will be a 19, so it's going to be a medium pass. Mark Rippin, you don't want to hear what I have to say. He's going to throw the ball. 55 on your defense is AD, and 31 is Gary Clark. So let's go medium pass, Gary Clark, AD from Rippin. .64 is a 9. It is going to be complete, but only 3 yards on the completion. Rippin to Clark for 3. No need for a timeout yet. 3:15 still to go here. Let's go short pass heavy. And it's a 15. That is a short pass. 64. Oh, we're going to Jamie Morris here. A little dump off. He's a C. Oh, no, that's wrong. 64 goes over there. That's a BS. 62. We're going to Jimmy Johnson. Not that Jimmy Johnson. Or that Jimmy Johnson. Or even that Jimmy Johnson. It's going to be this Jimmy Johnson. C1. ET2. All right. So 64 was a BS. So we'll stay at BS. So short pass, BS. Rip into Jimmy Johnson. 25. That's going to be complete. And Jimmy Johnson will get 9 yards and wisely run out of bounds. So rip into Johnson for 7. I believe that's a first down, right? Yeah, first 10 out to the 42. Let's keep it going. We'll go short pass heavy again. All right, a 2. That'll be a short pass. 51 is an AD. Oh, 66. Let's look for our running back. Wow, Gerald Riggs is the leading rusher for the team. But he has a 66. He's a C1. He never caught passes. Had a couple targets on the season, apparently. So he's a C. 51 is an AD. Make it a BD. So rip into Gerald Riggs, BD. 26. Oh, I don't think he's going to catch this one either. That's a 17. And that's incomplete. 2nd and 10. All right, 2nd and 10 at the 42. 2:45 to go. Let's go medium pass heavy. And we'll get a 17. That's a medium pass. 42. CS. 23. That's going to be Gary Clark. So BS, medium pass, rip into Clark. 24 for Rippin is a 15. That's going to be incomplete. It's 3rd down. And let's go short pass heavy this time. See if we can get a first down plus number here. It's a 10. That'll be a short pass. Oops. We'll call it an 11. 6. Oh, man, these big numbers. 64 is a BS and 65. That is Terry Orr. Terry Orr. Was there a singer named Terry Orr, a woman? Like maybe Berlin. Is she the lead singer of Berlin, I think? All right, backup tight end, C1. 64 is a BS, so we'll stay at BS. Short pass, BS. Oh, man. We're going to look for Terry Orr, who may or may not have been the backup singer for Berlin. And that's a BS. Or not the backup singer, the lead singer. He's the backup tight end. 21 for Rippin is a 16. It doesn't matter. It's going to be incomplete. And I have no more words for this offense. That's Terry Orr. It's a Berlin reference. And it's going to be 4th down. They're going to punt. 2:15 to go. This will take it to the 2-minute warning. Maybe Arizona can do something here. Bring out Mosienko. 43 is not good. That is actually going to be a 32. And are we about to get wacky here? 32. We have an RP. We have a rare play, RP 19. So on the punt, we have an RP 19. Oh, I'm going to use the book because I only use ChatGPT for RP3 and RP7. We'll use the book for 19. 7. Oh, man, the least rare. Oh, my. Oh, my. Oh, okay, it's not going to matter. Okay. Punter juggles the snap and can't get away. He completes the pass to 010 Gary Clark, but it's only going to be 7 yards, and it will not be enough for a first down. And Phoenix is going to start with great field position. So this is going to be Mosienko throwing a pass to Gary Clark for 7 yards on the wacky punt, and they're going to change the possession. And at the 2-minute warning, Arizona takes the ball on the Washington 49. Wow, what a wacky play that was. All right. All right, let's go. 2 minutes to go, all 3 timeouts. Let's go short pass heavy. It's a 17. That's a medium pass for Hogoboom. And it's JT Smith. He's an A. 52 is a CG. Make it an AG. And oh my. Medium pass AG. Hogoboom to JT Smith. Here we go. 51's complete. It's an 8. And that's 22 yards. 22 yards on first down, and they'll use their first timeout. As JT Smith's just having a career first half. We'll go 30 seconds, but then we'll use the timeout. Put 15 seconds back on the clock. Minute 45 to go. And let's go short pass heavy again. It's a 1. So that is a short pass. 55 is Tony Jordan, our halfback. He's a C. 25 is an AD, so we'll make it a BD. So short pass BD. It's going to be Hogoboom looking for Tony Jordan. 32 is not good, but Hogoboom is going to take off and run. I knew there was pressure there, but he is going to take off and run. And our initial defense was what? 25 AD. Oh, that's a great defense to run against, too. Let's see what Hogoboom can do. Oh, 23 is bad. 31, and we have a 6-yard run, but we have a penalty. So he's going to gain 6, but flags will come out. Oh, Cardinals. Redskins signaling holding. Are they right? 25. They are wrong. This is going to be, it's holding, though, but it's holding on the defense. 5 yards and an automatic first down, and they will take that. Take that automatic first down. So 5 yards, automatic first down, holding. No wonder he couldn't find anybody. It's going to be first and 10 down to the 22-yard line now. We'll go short pass heavy again. And it's going to be another short pass. 53, that's going to be Earl Ferrell, another running back. He's a C. 35 is a CS, so we'll go short pass. Hogoboom going to dump it off to Earl Ferrell against a CS. Oh, for these small straights are horrible. It's a 31. 31 is going to be incomplete, but we have another penalty. We have a TH again. 21. 9. That is going to be illegal formation on the offense. 5 yards. And the Redskins will take that. Push them back 5. So illegal motion this time. Where are we at with the clock here? We have minute 15? Yeah, minute 15. First and 15 now. Minute 15. And we'll go short pass heavy. All right, we get another short pass. And we're going to get our boy, JT Smith. He's an A star. 64 is a CS. Make it an AS. That A star is coming in handy today. 55 for Hogoboom. It's a 6. And JT Smith gets 15 yards and goes out of bounds. And he is having a game. Even Hogoboom. Hogoboom, 17 of 20 for 165. A touchdown and an interception. All right, first and 10 back at the 12. And we'll go short pass heavy again. Actually, all I have is short pass. No need to roll the purple die. All right, a 46. 46 is Ernie Jones. He's an A. 62 is an AS. It's a short pass AS. Hogoboom looking for Ernie Jones. 22. It's a 5. And that is 14 yards, and he gets into the end zone for a touchdown. So they capitalize on the punt, on the bad punt. They're going to get in the end zone. It's 16 to 14 as Phoenix makes their comeback. Let's kick it up. Go for the extra point. Al Del Greco. 42. It's a 19. 19's good. It is 17 to 14, and they take the lead. Very unexpected after that first quarter. Let's kick it off. We got 45 seconds to go. 54, and Del Greco is going to have a penalty. No, it's a 33. This is going to be an ugly kickoff. 33. That is going to be 42-0-10. So it's going to be taken, I believe, at the 23-yard line. So 42, Del Greco, 0-10 for the Redskins. That is Joe Johnson. It's the other Johnson. 31. 31's an 11. And he'll get 22 yards. And wow, just like that, they're at the 45. So are they going to get in field goal position here? Let's see. 23. We got 30 seconds left. We really have time for one play and a field goal attempt here. So let's go medium pass heavy for the Redskins. No long passes in this half so far. An 8, that'll be that's gonna be a short pass. 33, that's a BD. 42 is Ricky Sanders. He's an A. So AD short pass from the 46. Rip into Sanders. 13, it's an 11. It's going to be complete. He'll get 5 yards. So he'll go ripping Sanders for 5. They'll use that timeout, and we'll just go. I'm going to do what I like to do, which is long pass heavy. Whoops, that's wrong. Cancel. Pass. Rip into Sanders for 5. We'll go 30, but yes, we want to keep a second on the clock. And then we'll go timeout. We'll put 14 seconds back on there. And it's going to be 2nd and 5 from the Phoenix 49. And we're going to go long pass heavy. So 1 to 15 is a long pass. 16 to 20 is a medium pass. And it is an 18. It's going to be a medium pass. All right, a 25 on defense is AD. 56, that's going to be Don Warren, the tight end. So a bunch of guys are going to go deep. Don Warren's going to be open right in the middle of the field. And he's going to throw it to him and hope he can make something happen. That was AD, right? 25. And he's a C, so BD, actually. Oh, a 22. That's a 4, and he'll get 28 yards and run out of bounds, but it's just not going to be in time. As rip into Warren is complete. Man, long pass comes up. That's probably a big gain. I don't know if it's a touchdown, but it's definitely complete, and it could be a big enough gain for a touchdown. But in this case, it's not going to happen. That'll be the end of the half. Phoenix taking a 17-14 lead, scoring 17 unanswered points to take the lead. And boy, in real life, again, I ask this all the time with this game. I mean, Phoenix is 5-11. The Redskins are 10-5. If you look at the cards, Phoenix is a -5 on defense. Redskins are a +4, so they have all the advantages, and yet it's 17-14 Phoenix. We are on our way to that 30-28 score, so this is exciting. Come back maybe tomorrow. I'm going to try to play the second half tomorrow night. Thanks for watching, everybody. It's so much fun. I love this game. Talk to you later.